you're playing a warrior in Skyrim, heavy armor, swords, honorable choices, there's a way to structure this game that just feels right. Because let's be honest, Skyrim can get messy. So if you're running a true warrior build, someone who values strength, loyalty, and honor, this is the cleanest quest order I've found. It makes your character's rise feel earned, natural, and progressive instead of random. After Helgen, slow down. Yes, you're technically Dragonborn, but your character doesn't feel like it yet. You're a survivor. That's it. So instead of sprinting into the Greybeards and Destiny, head to Whiterun and join the Companions. For a warrior build, this is perfect early game progression. You're taking contracts, clearing bandits, training your combat skills, earning coin, building a name. It feels grounded. And the Companion's questline does something important. It gives your character structure, brotherhood, purpose. You're not chasing prophecy, you're proving yourself. Now, about the werewolf arc, if you're playing honorable, here's how I like to frame it. You accept the beast blood because the circle trusts you. You don't refuse strength when it can protect others. But once the job is done and you've helped Kodlak, you cure yourself. Because a disciplined warrior controls his power. By the time you become Harbinger, you're not some random wanderer anymore. Guards recognize you, you have authority. This is where your character feels established. This is the step most people skip. Before choosing sides in the Civil War, build your standing in Skyrim. If you're Stormcloak, focus on Stormcloak aligned holds. If you're Imperial, focus there instead. Do the Thane quest. Help citizens clear mines, deliver items, protect farms, kill bandit leaders. It may sound small, but it changes everything narratively. Because now, when the Civil War begins, you've actually walked these cities. You've helped these people. You're not fighting for a color. You're fighting for communities you personally aided. It makes the war feel less political and more personal. You're not just some recruit looking for glory. You're already respected. That changes how it feels. Now, the Civil War hits differently. You've already proven yourself to the Companions, become Harbinger, earned Thane titles, built combat experience. So when you enlist, it doesn't feel like you're starting over. It feels like you're stepping into larger responsibility. The Civil War also serves as a perfect mid game difficulty spike. The battles are larger scale, the stakes are higher, you're fighting trained soldiers, not bandits. This is where your warrior fully matures. And when the war ends, regardless of side, Skyrim feels changed. You helped shape that. Now, here's the important part. Don't immediately jump into something unrelated. Let it breathe. Your character has just seen war. That leads perfectly into the next phase. After the Civil War, rumors of vampires spreading across Skyrim feel believable. The province is weakened, guards are stretched thin. It makes sense that darker forces would move now. This is why Dawnguard fits best here, not early game. At this stage, you're strong enough to handle vampires. Experienced in large battles, recognized across Skyrim, Dawnguard feels like a natural escalation. You've fought men, now you fight monsters. You've dealt with politics, now you deal with ancient power. And if you stay honorable, Dawnguard aligns perfectly with the warrior build. You're protecting the people again. It feels like a continuation of responsibility, not a random side story. Now that you've led warriors, won a civil war, stopped a vampire lord, it finally feels right to fully embrace the Dragonborn storyline. You can start it early. Kill Myrmulnir, unlock shouts, visit the Greybeards. Finishing Alduin after everything else, that's powerful. Because now you're not some inexperienced fighter climbing high Hrothgar. You're the strongest warrior in Skyrim. Facing Alduin feels climactic. It feels like the world truly needed you at your peak. Then you go to Solstheim, and this is where everything comes together. Miraak isn't just another villain, he's another Dragonborn. If you rush Dragonborn early, it feels like just more content. If you save it for last, it feels like a finale. You're confronting someone who walked this path before you, and by this point, you've earned the right to stand there. You're not testing your build, you're completing your journey. That's what makes it hit differently. If you're doing this warrior path, I'd personally avoid becoming Archmage, leading the Thieves Guild, joining the Dark Brotherhood, unless you're role playing a specific twist. Because once you start stacking unrelated leadership roles, it stops feeling like one cohesive character. This quest order keeps your identity focused. You're a warrior. Everything reinforces that. This flow works because each phase escalates naturally. Companions, prove yourself. Thane quest, build reputation. Civil War, defend your people. Dawnguard, defend against greater threats. Main quest, embrace destiny. Dragonborn, final challenge. Nothing feels random, nothing feels rushed, everything builds. And your character's power growth matches the story progression. That's why it works. If you're running heavy armor, dual swords, greatsword, sword and shield, this is the cleanest progression path I've found. It makes Skyrim feel like one continuous story instead of 5 disconnected quest lines. You rise step by step, not by accident. If you're starting a new warrior build, try this order and tell me how it feels. And if you want, next video we can break down the perfect skill progression to match this quest flow. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.